Hey, it's Paul. Welcome back to B&B Talk. I'm going to jump right into things, but first of all, I need you to subscribe. All right, getting into today's episode, the first thing we see is Brooke, and she is asking Rick about Maya's mom and how she was, because he tells her that he ran into her, and Rick can just sum her up as icy, because she's not much more than that. Now, Rick tells Brooke that Maya's mom is there to basically retrieve Nicole and bring her back, but he tells her that he doesn't want Nicole to go. He says that, she's great to have around, and he wants her to stay. Rick thinks that from just his brief encounter with Vivian, that she thinks that not only is her daughter a deviant, but that he's a deviant for loving Maya. Now, this is just his read off of her, but he's not far off the mark. Because then we see Maya and with her mom and Nicole, and Vivian tells Nicole to pack her things. But Nicole says she doesn't want to go home, and she tells her mom that she's no longer in college, that she does have a job, and that she's happy there and she'll stay there if Maya will have her. And obviously Maya tells her that she will have her, and they both plead their case to Vivian, but Vivian's not having any of it. In fact, she goes on to say that she failed as a parent because of Maya's will and her selfishness, and now obviously she's referring to the fact that she's transgender and wanted to stay with the gender that she associates with. So it's very interesting. And then they start talking about her relationship. But Vivian says that she thinks the relationship won't last now that Rick knows. And she begs Nicole to go, and she begs Maya to let her go. But Maya's not backing down this time. She says she's not afraid of her father, and that if Nicole wants to stay, that she's more than welcome to stay. And then she brings up the fact that her mom turned her out, and Vivian denies it. She says that she was defying the laws of nature and that broke her father's heart. So we know what kind of people that Maya's up against, and eventually the things turn a little bit lighter, and she asks Maya about her stepdaughter, and she told her that she obviously read in the news about her death, and this is the one tender moment that they have. She touches her cheek and tells her that she's sorry, and just like she came in, she left, obviously warning that she's going to be talking to her father and he's not going to like it. So we know we're going to be running into the Avant father in a short time, so it's going to get even more interesting because he seems to be the one that rules with an iron fist in that house. Now after that we see Ali, and she confronts Steffi again. Obviously she doesn't like seeing her in a bikini, and it gets pretty personal as before, but this time Liam jumps in and basically tells her in the nicest way possible to back off. Now you're not going to get Ali to back off, so eventually Steffi and Liam take off, and they go into the backyard, and Steffi's got a surprise for him. She's arranged matching massages for both of them, so they have a light moment there. Eventually Steffi pulls a trick on Liam and swaps out the masseuse for herself. They have a little bit of fun with that, and then they have a bit of a makeout session, and you can see them getting closer, even though they're, I guess, not officially together. After that, we see Ivy and Wyatt, and these guys seem like the leftovers, the forgotten ones, and they sort of console each other. And Ivy always has the same question: why is Steffi so hard to resist? Why can't people say no to her? And Wyatt says that she kind of gets into her brain almost with the same force that his mom gets into people's heads, and it's almost hard, and she doesn't want to feel like she's second best, and she doesn't want to play that role. And then we see Ali, and she goes up to her room, and she's got a bunch of dolls, and they have the heads of all of her relatives and the people she doesn't like, and she's playing with a doll that looks like her mom, and in no time Darla shows up, and she's got the same dark exterior with the black wig, and she urges her daughter basically to do the same thing, to go after Steffi and Maya. She's not a fan of theirs, obviously. So it's more of the same thing. She's getting herself worked up, and you can tell the psychosis is kicked in, and she's about ready to explode. The last thing we see is Steffi with Liam, and they have a bit of a makeout session. She tells him that she's going to prove to him that they belong together, and he basically agrees with that. And then we run into another montage, a little more makeout, and that's where we end things. Anyways, that's all she wrote for this episode. I'm going to keep you posted. It's Paul, and it's B&B Talk. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Have a great day.